Actually, my dad, one day, this is after I was out of high school. This is after I went to Wichita, Kansas for 3 months. So I left the day after high school. Went to Kansas, took a bus, and they sent me a letter that I had to go to Pittsburgh for a physical. And I didn't know at the time I could have done that in Wichita. So I went back from Kansas back up to Pennsylvania where we lived. So I couldn't get a job because of my draft card. So I was working you couldn't get a decent job. I was working in a restaurant for 50 cents an hour, cooking chicken. And I had a day off, and Dad was home for some reason. Took me for a ride, and we went to Johnstown, which is about 20 miles away or something, to the Air Force recruiter. He didn't tell me where we were going, but that's where we ended up. So I filled out the paperwork, and I had to go to Pittsburgh again for a physical because I had an ingrown toenail. And the first physical. And the Army would take me just like I was, but the Air Force wouldn't. So I ended up getting that cut out, and then I joined the Army or the Air Force in November 11th, 1966, same year I graduated. Well, I was actually drafted the same day I went in. So I was at the Armed Forces Recruiting Center in Pittsburgh, and the Marines came to the house to draft me, and I was already in Pittsburgh. Or else I would have been drafted into the Marines if I wouldn't have joined. So. It's hereditary. My grandfather was a farmer. Actually, my grandfather's grandfather was a farmer on the Walsh side. On my Brosius side, they really weren't farmers. But I was talking to Don Farley after I had my cancer surgery in '97. And they tried to raise a steer at their house, but they didn't. They'd raised goats, but fencing didn't work for steer, and they weren't real happy with how things worked. And he said, "Yeah, we can come over your house and help you fence it in," and so beats mowing the grass. So. It's just get out in the world. Everything's like busy, hurry up and stuff. But farming is just like, feed them and they get bigger.
Then you eat them.
Yeah, you eat them. They're fun to watch. They have personalities. Like one steer we had was raised by the Amish. I don't think it learned any English because the kids took care of it. We got it by itself, and it was so lonely. It was mooing, go out there and talk to it. Remember that one, Susan?
Did he talk back?
After a while, he'd chase me around. When I checked the fence, he'd come over and try to butt me. So if you didn't pay attention, they'd butt you.
Millennium did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when Y2K came up, everybody's worried about it, so we bought 3 steers. Actually, we had 4. We had one of them, which was from the Amish. And then we named the other 2 Y2K. So we figured, well, if everything goes south with this computer thing, they said, well, whatever changes, everything might be screwed up. We got 3 steers out there we could eat until things get back going. We got pond water, so we could survive on whatever we have to.